Hey everyone, welcome to episode 9. If you guys are new to the channel, this is a little series I do where I kind of grow my farm from starting with tiny little equipment and working my way up, and also buying more lands as I get more money. So let me just show you right there, our top right corner, we're sitting at $517,000 and we like to keep it above 500,000. So with that little intro out of the way, you guys already know, all of you who've been with me for a while, that field 2, which you can see right there, is a nice big field and it's ready to harvest. So we might as well get right into it. This is still from the same day, or same month I suppose I should say, as the previous episode. So everything has stayed in its place and it looks like it's only 10 in the morning, so we still got lots of time. Now, as per usual, I think I'm going to be cutting my field down into a few sections just to save on a lot of traveling, because having to combine this entire length makes it very tedious on little combines. So we're going to go ahead and maybe make one pass so we can cut the front half of the, or I guess front third, right? Front third of the field. I know I'm going around a little bit, but that's alright. I'm thinking right here is where we're going to start off. We'll get the combine in position, and we'll finish the front third, and we can go on from there. So we've got to unfold the harvester, and we can hire a worker. I'm going to be paying attention to make sure he cuts the right way. Oh, I do have straw enabled. Very good. We can collect that a little later on. In the meantime, I should probably get my grain cart ready. There it is. And we can see the combine is already at work. Perfect. So I'm going to keep this fella here handy for the next little bit. But let's jump back into that combine. I guess in hindsight I should not have had that swath being poured out like that. Once he reaches the end of the row, I'll disable that. There we see it. I cut a little path out so that he knows where to turn. And I could honestly just cultivate a little bit, but I don't have a cultivator yet, so we're not going to bother with that just yet. I figure in the meantime, this is something that won't keep me too terribly busy just yet. We could possibly do another contract. Nothing that requires us really watching out. So there's another nice lucrative one right here. Field 16 needs some fertilize, but we've already seen that, so why don't we take a cultivating. Looks like he's got a New Holland. Oh wow, Justine, she needs field 19 cultivated, 83.4 acres. That's incredible. Yes, we will borrow items. Thank you very much. And let's have a look. Oh, that's my equipment. There it is. So this should need minimal supervision, which means we can stay busy with what we need to do. I think that's a great idea. Get a little cash while we're harvesting, right? Absolutely perfect for me. One of these days we're going to get us one of these big old tractors, but it is not today. So it looks like there's two fields to cultivate, but the one we're looking for is on the left. I'm going to open up this cultivator. Let's see how big it is. I have a feeling that it is quite wide. So why don't we just take a little turn around and let's line up. My combine is full already, so I need to go tend to that right shortly. There we are. We'll hire workers. Let's make sure that the path is good. I think so. I think that's beautiful. Yes. Where are you at? There he is. That's not too bad. We'll get right into it. And I'm not going to spend too much time letting you guys see this little combine work because we've seen this in the previous episode. So there's no real reason to make you watch the entire thing. But as promised in the previous episode, we do need to do something to bump up our combine efficiency, seeing as this little combine takes forever and a day because of its small capacity. So I might have to see what I can do there. Maybe I can lease a bigger combine, and with the money we're raising from doing that contract, we could possibly lease a bit of a bigger combine and give a hand to this combine right here. I thought about it quite a bit, and that was the best option I could come up with. So here we have the CR 5.85 Evo, which is kind of the next in line. I know it's a lot newer than our TF series combine, but as far as capacity goes, it's definitely a little better. So I have the increased capacity settings, and you can see I can add hoops to it as well as a cover, but we're not worried about that. So the standard gives us 70/50, which is barely more than our TF series combine. So I went with the increased for 9,000 liter capacity, and I'm thinking that is a great next combine to have. So I'm going to be leasing this thing, seeing as it still cost me 213,000 if I were to buy it, and we're not going to buy today. We need to wait until we've actually sold some product before we can buy another nice big toy. But leasing for 10,888 is alright. That's what we're going to do. Thank you very much. Now, we need to figure out what kind of header will go with this thing. So let's take a look at our headers. I'm guessing it's going to be in the modded section. Let me see. It does not give us any specifics. So I feel like we could possibly go with that. We've got the 30-foot draper on the TF combine. Why wouldn't we go with a bit of a bigger header for our lease combine? I'm gonna say the 35-footer. I'm not buying it as well because that simply doesn't make sense at this time. So we're going to grab and design is air bar or no air bar. As far as leasing goes, it only makes $100 difference, so I'm not too concerned about the $100 worth of air bar expenses. We will lease this as well. Thank you very much. And it looks like our combine is just about full. We might as well unload them while we're here. And we can go and grab that other combine right after this. So the cultivating we're doing, I lost my train of thought there. Oh. Come on, you gotta come with. There it is. Yeah, the cultivating we're doing for our neighbor there should cover the cost of leasing, I would assume. But seeing as it's 19 past the hour, we should definitely get it on the field ASAP, so that we maximize the amount, because it gets charged by the hour, and yeah, it can get fairly pricey real quick if you lease it at the bottom of the hour. And look at that, one grain cart full already. Wonderful. Where is our new combine that we leased? Here it is. So hopefully this will help expedite things a fair bit. And we can unfold harvester. See, it really only moves the ladder. Nothing else that I can tell offhand. But off we go. Let's bring this thing home and start to get some work done, right? Well, things are definitely in full swing now. We've got this combine working on this corner. Looks like it should finish off that little triangle too. And we got this combine here, the 585. It's making a nice little pass as well. Once it's at this far end here, I'm going to start sending it toward the farm. This is just a nice little cut to help it to turn around. But goodness, that header doesn't look doesn't look too exaggeratedly huge on it. Could definitely handle a bigger one, I think. But what do I know? By cutting the field into 3 sections, as you see, there's 1, 2, and the third one. This makes it a little more manageable. It doesn't seem so overwhelming. So we can see that the 585 is working there. And we got our little TF working here in this corner. And they should be done before too long. And once they are done, they will finish off this triangle. And then I will probably start them, I don't know, maybe somewhere about here. And then they can work their way going toward this field here. But that is for then, and right now we need to go get helper E, which is the 585. They appear to be very full. Nice thing is he's doing 10 clicks an hour as well, which makes it easier for me to keep the cruise control on, and we can just get going. I guess now if I'm driving alongside of him, I won't be able to tell how much he loads at once, or at least not precisely. But that's alright. It was more just out of curiosity anyway. It looks like the 585 filled about 84% roughly. That's a good little cartload. That would also mean we'd have to get a bigger cart in the future if we were to use the 585, because it can't even unload 2 combines at once. They would always be full. For today, the capacity on this cart will be fine. And it looks like our combine is blocked by an object. So I'm going to hop over to our miserable little combine, and I'm going to go ahead and cut a few rows myself just to help him out. Yeah, believe it or not, this farmer actually does some of his own cutting. So here we go. We've got this combine lined up, and I did a couple rows there just to help him out. So now we'll go and unload him, and we can jump to our 585 as well. See how much we can actually unload from that combine. They're going to be working closer in just a minute, so I think this should all work out. There we are. Perfect timing. Well, folks, there's the first trailer load. So we'll see how we do in comparison to field 25. Now, I don't even remember how well I fertilized this field at all, but I think time will tell very shortly if I did it right. In the meantime, we're going to dump this out, and we got to get right back to the field because there's grain carts that are full and there's combines that are fuller. Now, during one of my episodes, I did a big hay harvest on field 6, and I did not feature it because the video was getting too long. But I did do it, and what I noticed when I went to go and get the new combine is that there was still a bunch of bales left over. So that made me curious why so many bales were left on the field. I thought I had collected all of them, but as it turns out I hadn't. So here I am on field 6, and I need to go collect all those bales because my cattle can use the silage. Why would I leave these to rot here? That's just unacceptable when I can get free silage bales, right? So that's what we're going to do in between hauling grain, and there you go. Helper G is nearly full again. We are bringing in load number 2. So for some reason I don't think that our oats produce quite as much as our barley did. It could be a matter of fertilizing, and it could also be a matter of how the plants themselves produce. I know that they're not all equal. You know, wheat might produce more kernels per plant than oats, or whatever the case might be. It might be the other way around, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. We're having a good time. We're enjoying ourselves here, and that is the most important thing. And we're getting crops in. So, oh, look at that. Both of my combines are nearly full. So this is going to be a little bit interesting because my grain cart is also still full. We're going to hop to the tractor real quick, and I'm going to say that the TF combine is going to be full first, but I could be wrong. Yeah, as you guys can see, when you have two combines working on the same field, it just seems like it goes a lot quicker. And it is for good reason, even though the headers are slightly different in capacity, but it feels like they're making a really good time, and this field should be done before we know it. We're pretty well 2/3 done. There's just that back section, and then we should be out of here. So can't wait for that back section to be done as well. Now just look at the teamwork. Does that not look great? Having two combines driving side by side. I just love the view of that. That is all I wanted to point out. Other than that, yeah. Well, we're ready for the third and final section. And here I'm going to disable straw swath because I think we'll have enough straw. And I believe I need to jump to this combine here. And we can send him to the opposite end of the field. I feel like they'll be together in no time at all. This has actually gone really well so far. I'm very impressed with how fast these combines have been working. There you go. Get him to work. And let's actually... No, we'll grab this tractor, seeing as it's full. We'll dump into the truck. And I think then we should have load number 3 ready to go. There we have it, load number 3. This is hustling along real nicely. I imagine we'll get at least 4 loads out of field number 2. Won't be quite the bumper crop we had in the previous episode, but that's alright. Like I said before, it could just be, you know, certain kernels are bigger, certain plants produce more per, you know, more kernels per plant. It could be a variety of different things. I'm just happy I'm getting a nice harvest. You know, with all the straw we have from field 25 plus this field here, I think that we might have to just store it into our grain bin. I don't think I can make that many bales. I have this funny feeling that the game is going to limit me, because there is a maximum amount of bales you can make at once. I don't know what the maximum is, but I do know that it is somewhere, and it's written in the game code, so we might have to just store this as loose straw, which is not a big deal, right? We can, you know, use it as a bedding, we can use it for feed, doesn't really matter. And wouldn't you know it, we're under 500,000. Uh-oh. That is not good. But I suppose there's expenses that we've had to make some sacrifices, put some expenses out there. So these things do happen. But we will continue to do some chores for the neighbors. I need to zoom this in like crazy, so I can actually see where I'm backing. And I'm sure we'll be able to bump up our money a little bit yet. And unload bales here. Perfect. It's beautiful. So this tractor can go to get another load of silage. And we'll go and unload some more combines. And another load coming in. How many is that by now? 3? 4? I forget, honestly. But yeah, we're bringing them in, and I'm right happy to do it. Hopefully, I can lease a semi truck or something to haul my grain away once the season comes. Usually in the winter the sale prices are really good, or early spring. So we're hoping for a nice chunk of change once we hit winter here. And there we have it. That is the end of the harvest. I unintentionally put down some more straw swaths there, which I didn't want to do, but since they're there, we're going to collect them. So this combine needs, it's only been running for an hour and a half. That is good. We definitely need to buy this thing. But for now, let's bring it back before it starts costing us more money. Return, yes, and return, yes. Beautiful. So, I guess we take the truck and we'll see. Oh wow, 85%. That is fantastic news. So we'll bring this back, and I've lost count of how many trailer loads I've brought back, but that might be besides the point. I'm sure in post I'll be able to write in the number in the what's where I'm looking for, subtitles. There we are. That's it. Yeah, we'll figure out once we do our editing. But this has been a great harvest. Now I need to get the rake out, and we need to rake up all that straw so that we can collect it with a loading wagon and bring it all into this elevator or grain bin, whatever you want to call it. So we'll dump this out, and let's go see what we can get. There we have it. That's the loading wagon we are going to be using. I wonder if I could have used the bigger one, but simply for horsepower reasons we have to go with this one. But we'll bring this one back to the farm, and then we'll start collecting all of our straw. Now I'm sure you've seen me use this wagon before, or a wagon like it, so we don't need to go into too much detail about how this works. It simply has a pickup, much like a baler, picks it up, throws it into the wagon. Once my wagon is full, I go and dump it. Very, very straightforward. So I'm going to get busy collecting all this straw, and once I am done, or we need to start a new contract or something, I will let you guys know. Well, we just put in the last load of straw, so that's all done. Very happy to be finished with that. It's always one of those tasks that just takes a while, and you have to drive back and forth pretty frequently. But you know what? That means that the harvest is over. We can disconnect this. We can go to our garage, check out the leased items, bring that wagon back. Perfect. And look at that. That should do it. That should about do it for the episode. We don't want to be too long. You guys have seen what we were able to do on field number 2. So I'm thinking that I might do some more work helping a few of my neighbors out, and once I've replenished a bit more money, you can see I have a worker right now that's doing some fertilizing. In fact, there they are. So they're almost done. I'll help out a few more folk, and hopefully we have enough money to, you know, get right back up there with our cash, and we can do some more fun stuff later. So thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you guys next time. Take care of yourselves, be safe, and we'll see you.